I'm hungry as fuck and I need to take a piss, but I can't, so we're recording a video, because that makes sense. Well, today's video is yet another reason I fucking hate humanity, because apparently people just can't be normal. Hello, kings, queens, and everything in between. I'm Lizzie, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Today's video is a little different, not just because it's more serious than my other videos, but because I am in the fandom that this is coming from. On October 9th, 2024, a game known as Bad Parenting was released into stores. I personally love this game and have a lot of friends that also love this game. On the official Bad Parenting website, it reads this. Bad Parenting is a bone-chilling psychological horror game where you play as a child trapped in a house with a mysterious red face, a nighttime visitor who rewards good children with gifts. Little did they know that the game isn't the only thing that would be revealed to be bone-chilling. And today, I'll be exploring why the creator of the game went from beloved in the world of indie horror to despised and hated by the world. I couldn't find much on the developer from before all of this came to light, but he's known as 2002, or On, according to the official Bad Parenting wiki. He's a Vietnamese indie game developer that specializes in short-form games, and his debut game was Bad Parenting. But we're not here to discuss his work, are we? We're here to discuss the information that was brought to light about him. So On had a Discord server, because of course he did, that he used for art, gaming, and the development of his own games. But that's not all he used it for. Recently, he was caught talking to a 14-year-old girl and calling her his girlfriend while he is a whopping 22 years old. Apparently, the victim had tried to avoid him, but he was persistent and talked about intimacy and vor fetishes, which if you don't know what that is, good, you do not want to know. He's had multiple victims, all of which range from the ages of 18 down to 14 years old. Again, he's 22. With the 14-year-old girl, On sent her a friend request while her age was in her bio and she explicitly stated it. And they started talking a lot, becoming friends, and as they became closer, he groomed her into trusting him and they started dating. And she believed it was normal because at 14 you don't really have experiences with relationships. So things like that are considered normal at that age, when it's really not, and it's abuse. On knew this girl was 14. Again, he talked a lot about vor fetishes with her too, and she was 14. I will keep reiterating that. She was 14 years old, while he is 22. He got mad at her once just for not joining Roblox with him, which is clearly a form of grooming and abuse. At one point he said, kids and adults have different ways to love, and I might make you do the adult way sometimes. I forget you're 14 and made mistakes. Yeah, mistakes. Because grooming a fucking child is just a little oopsie daisy and not deliberate and fucking disgusting. He knows what he's doing, but he doesn't fucking care. Because people like that don't care. Abusers like that do not give a shit. They only care when they're caught. They only care when they get consequences for their actions. They don't care about the people they've hurt. And they never have and never will, because people like that are fucking disgusting and they're monsters. Not much is known about his other victims that I could find, just that he has other victims. So now we'll cover what his response to all of this was when it came out. He said that the whole boyfriend-girlfriend thing was a joke, which it wasn't, and even if it was, where's the ha-ha funny moment in that? And that there won't be an apology because he doesn't feel the need to apologize. Tells you a lot, doesn't it? When someone said he was still calling her his girlfriend and saying he loves her while she was 14, he responded with, "What's wrong with telling someone you love them?" Oh, I don't know, maybe it's because the victim was fucking 14 and nowhere near the age of consent, you disgusting fucking PDF file. He also said, when you turn 16, you become my girlfriend. The age wasn't the biggest problem. The age was not the biggest problem. Wow. Based on how he interacts with his server, he clearly feels no remorse for his actions and just doesn't care, like I said. He didn't admit to a single thing he did, even though there's deliberate proof of these things. Then, he decided to shift the blame and blame the victim for everything that happened, which is even more disgusting. All of this proves that he is a PDF file. Can't say the word because YouTube would fucking hate me and probably give me a strike and take down the video. But he's not to be trusted. There are screenshots, there are witnesses, and he still decides to try and deny all of it. He's a monster, and anyone who does this to an innocent child deserves to be decapitated in the most painful way possible. Actually, he does not deserve the dignity of death. I hope that he lives a very long life, but I hope that that life is full of misery and disappointment and absolute hatred for him. I hope he's miserable, because in death, you can get away from it. But if you continue living, it will haunt you for the rest of your life. And I hope it fucking does for this guy. My heart goes out to all of the victims, and I will rip out the heart of that absolute evil fucking monster. He groomed a child and abused her, and then decided to deny blame while saying she was the one committing illegal acts and not him. This is proof that someone could make an incredible game or project, but behind the scenes, be a terrible, awful person who doesn't deserve anything short of death. Now let me read his exact responses to give you a better idea of how awful he is. I will obviously not be reading the actual abuse that was before he responded because it's fucking disgusting, but the doc will be linked in the description if you do want to look at that. Just fair warning, it's fucking gross and not to be taken lightly at all. But I will read how he responded to the situation to give you an idea of how terrible he is. Not even terrible, how deplorable this troglodyte is. Also, I have to use my phone for this part of the recording, so if the audio sounds bad, then I apologize. Summary. A few months ago, I met E in my own server and was a close friend to each other. We often played games in the VC with many other members, but since we had played Sky together, we got closer. Until one time in Sky, she confessed she loved me and that she wanted to be my girlfriend in private. I said no and told her to wait till she turns 18. Many times, not once. I also forbade everything sexual, even jokes. I didn't want that to happen between me and her, but then, every day, I still talked to her a lot and spent hours to play games with her. I found it was not okay and told her to tone it down, be normal like everyone else. And it only lasted for a short time and everything went back to the way it was, because she still had that kind of affection with me. In our final weeks, I let the BFGF joke happen. It's all my fault, it's not right, and I don't have any excuses for this. I could have ended the whole relationship with her at those times, block her, but I didn't, because I still wanted to talk and play games with her. I kinda used her so I could vent all daily problems, life problems. You may wonder why the fuck I picked a child. It's because kids don't judge, so I can freely tell everything problems I had. But at the same time, I had another plan to end all romantic things with her. I tried to talk less with her, talk more to the other girls in the server, so she would think that I don't have anything with her anymore and give up. And here's the result. She got mad and finally ended it all, and also exposed things between me and her. If you are waiting for an apology, there won't be, because I don't have any reason to apologize to you guys. I only do that to the girl and did it months ago. But this isn't everything. There are still many things I have to tell you guys. That's all I did to her. Many of them are my fault. But then he turned right around and said, what is wrong with telling someone you love them when he was being called out? So there's that. Also, his whole apology in heavy quotations was very contradictory, because he said, when you just turned 16, that means you become my girlfriend. The age wasn't the biggest problem. I told you I didn't want the BFGF too soon. And then said, sweet dreams, my future girlfriend. All of this to a fucking 14-year-old. And again, when someone was calling him out, saying On was a bit freaky with a 14-year-old, he responded with a meme, a horrible meme, that says freak level infinity, showing that he has zero remorse for what he put that child through. Yes, teenagers are children, On. They are children. You are a PDF file. He also said, as I said, it's not about sex, when he was saying vor content to a 14-year-old, which is a type of sexual fetish. Let me check my watch here. Looks like it's time for prison, buddy. All these glasses and I still can't find where the fuck that argument makes any goddamn sense. There was also this very poor apology, which I assume was sent to the girl. I think we should stop this kind of relationship. It's not really stable and healthy, and not right either. It won't work. It just feels very weird. We can be normal to each other like we did months ago. It makes me feel more comfortable and I don't have to think too much about it at night. Your mindset will also change a lot when you're grown up. You will see that I was always right about this. If you still want something more than friendship between us, you can wait and I can wait too. I hope you understand this for me. Which that apology was dead-ass prior to this interaction, which says, I randomly saw a video on YouTube. It was about predator YouTubers who hang out with minors. Feel like I'm one of those creeps too. I'm guessing the victim here says, no you're not, shut up. You're nowhere close to those nerds, trust me, I know. On says, but what's the difference? You're a minor too. Victim says, those guys have sexual intentions with minors and want to meet up with them at an earlier age. You don't make sexual advancements to me, and you don't talk about meeting up in 4 years. A huge difference is that pedos often talk dirty to minors. You don't. You care for me and make me feel very special. Chat, I want to give you a moment just to let that sink in. Do you find any problems with this interaction right here? Hold on. I'll give you just a few minutes. Just a little bit. There is a huge problem. You care for me and make me feel very special. Now, we know he was being sexual with her because we have the proof of all of the vor shit, which is sexual, but the you care for me and make me feel very special. When a victim feels comfortable with the groomer, with the PDF file, that is when you know they have been groomed. Because groomers, that's what they do. That is what they are known for. They lure you in. They make you feel comfortable. They make you feel safe and make you feel special. Shower you with all these compliments, and you don't know any better. And those are who they prey on, the people that are young and don't know better. So you assume that they're this perfect person. So you care for me and make me feel special, knowing what we know about this person. They were obviously being very, very manipulated and groomed, which is the problem here. Also, feel like adults should not be talking to anyone under a certain age anyway, so this is really fucking weird. He is fucking weird. He is a weirdo. He is a creep. I will keep saying that. I will die on that hill. Fuck this guy. He is an abuser, and he is creepy. And he's a monster. Now let's read this little thing of him shifting the blame. I may have an answer for this. Even though the things I did are only morally wrong, I was still trying to convince her that those things weren't right and tried in many ways to make things stop. I may have failed to end it many times, but I still made it in the end. She finally realized it and we stopped all the things. But Eclipse, you never told her that the things you and your friends were doing were legally wrong. Instead, you guys embraced it, normalized it, and made that 14-year-old think all this stuff is cool and absolutely fine to do. What the fuck were you guys thinking? After this thing, you may go look at yourself in the mirror. Will you keep lying to yourself that you are a good person, a true minor protector? Or will you accept the fact that you were just a piece of shit and hypocrite, a child abuser? The irony. You have a younger sister, right? What would you do if there are many grown people invite her into a private chat, then tell her they want to F/grape her? Would you consider it cool? My career may turn to dust after all these things, but it doesn't matter much to me. People will still try their best to pick the words, reshape the definitions, and call me a PDF, groomer, etc. And a few months ago, I was completely nobody. Broke, a loser with no stable job, no friends. If it happens to me again, I'll accept it. But your future hasn't even started, and you have already done so many fucked up things, Eclipse. The definition of grooming is building trust, relationship with minors to achieve the sexual goal with them. I literally had a good friendship with her and good trust, had a perfect space and everything a groomer needed to achieve that groomer's goal. But why the fuck didn't I do it? On the contrary, I told her to never trust me or anyone on the internet and forbade her to talk dirty things to me. Even if it's just the craziest jokes we've ever done, is she's calling me the slur for gay people, nerd, and none of my things are close to what you guys did to her. You all make her think that all the sexual stuff you guys send/tell her is fine, normal. Then you guys can keep doing it to her every day. This sound like grooming now? Oh, damn, you guys aren't even at the building trust state anymore. You guys are achieving it. And according to whoever wrote this doc, it says, the funny thing is, all of this is bullshit. Yes, we have a server, and yes, we have a VC, but it doesn't have any grown men other than us around her age playing D&D. The thing is, he said that the stuff the 16-year-old girl did was illegal, while he, 22 years old, did nothing wrong as shown in the above. Says a lot, doesn't it? Like I said, I hope the victims get the help they need, and that they're all doing as best as they can. Fuck on. That's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one. I love you all. Stay safe, and never let anybody take your crown.